everyone, my name is Jennifer Brown. This is the BACA Wines Happy Hour coming to you live. I'm so thrilled to be back here today with another fabulous guest. Today we have a magical guest named Justin Willman, and I cannot wait to bring him on. He's going to be hopefully sharing some magic tricks with us. And if you don't know him, he is from Magic with Humans. It's a fantastic show on Netflix. They're about to launch their 4th season. Hey, Justin.
Hello. How
How
are
are you
you?
doing?
I'm great.
Good to see
Did
you.
I miss the wine drinking, or we're still good?
No, you are in exactly the right
Okay,
moment.
good. Hi, everybody. Everybody watching. Oh, you've got
Yeah.
wine in hand.
Yes, I do.
Uh,
Should we cheers?
yeah. Well, okay. Hold on. So,
Oh, let me turn
listen.
these comments off.
Your wines have inspired some artwork.
Oh
That I'd love
yeah,
to. Yeah. So this is. I know it's not the best, as you can see. It's. Oh, let me hold it up higher. So it's.
I like it. It looks like an exact interpretation of our wine bottle. It's beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's fun is we kind of pull it right out. So I've got the stargazing
Yes,
today, which is nice. There we go.
you do.
I'm going to pop it open if that's cool.
Please do. I'd love to.
Using my rabbit. Magicians have rabbits. Okay, thanks for sending me this. This is a time in the world right now where wine is a necessary a necessary condiment.
Absolutely. I would say the same thing about magic as well. I feel like we could use a little bit more joy in our lives right now.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Clink.
Good to meet you,
All right.
Justin. So, Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Question: what's the difference? So wine tasting
Yeah.
versus just wine drinking? Because I've only done wine drinking.
Well, you're in for a treat, and we're going to do some wine tasting. So, the major difference is you just talk about the wine. So,
Okay.
yeah, wine tasting is when you actually pay attention to the wine. You smell it, you look at it, you taste it, think about what you taste. But I guess I should say, wine drinking is all wine tasting includes wine drinking, but not all wine drinking is wine tasting.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Go.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
So Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
How are things going for you over in LA?
Things are, I want to say they're good, but they're just good compared to
Yeah.
how maybe the low points of the past 10 months, but they're good considering.
That's great.
I'm here with my wife Jill and our 2-year-old son Jackson, so we're getting a lot of great quality time. I'm not on the road like I normally would be, so it's kind of there are amazing moments, but it's like an endless loop of the same thing. So you kind of have to figure out how to make it exciting. I've been able to still perform, which is fun. I've been doing magic shows on Zoom,
I've seen that.
which has been really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Although I imagine doing magic over Zoom might also create some challenges.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. But there are some perks. Like you can mess with people's sense of perspective. Like we know how big an AirPod is, but when you're doing magic for a camera, if I hold it far away, it's tiny. If I hold it up right next to the
That's true.
lens, it looks like it gets huge. Now that's not magic. It's perspective. But you can the more wine you drink, the more that makes sense.
The more it makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, but it's obviously there's nothing better than doing magic in person, but people are craving an escape. Like people
Definitely.
really are seeking joy. So I do these shows, Magic for Humans at Home, where it's on Zoom, but people all over the world log in with their families around the couch, and it's kind of like a beautiful community, almost an international community, because we're all going through the same thing, and we all need
For sure.
wonder in our lives. So it's nice.
No, I think that's what's so wonderful about what you do. And I would say also kind of what we do is you just provide delight in people's lives, right? We get to be part of happy moments when who knows what else is going on in the world. It's nice to bring joy to people.
It is nice. And as opposed to what you do and what I do, them being in competition, they work together really well.
They do.
It's really good to drink wine and watch magic. It's really good to drink wine and do magic. The more wine I drink, sometimes the more informational it becomes, the more you learn about how tricks work. So I'll pace myself.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear how tricks work actually.
Well, we'll need more than this bottle.
Okay, I'll send you some more wine. Maybe you'll then share some more information with me.
Okay, it's a deal.
Okay. Um, okay, so I have so many questions for you, and please feel free. I've been actually getting a lot of questions from people
Hmm.
since we turned the comments off. I've been getting a ton of questions, so I'll share some audience questions too because you have a
Okay.
lot of fans. But something that I was curious about. I've watched your show, and you show that picture of you from middle school all the time, which I think is so cute.
Oh yeah.
But what was do you remember the moment or the age at which you actually decided you wanted to be a magician? Or what was the first trick that inspired you? Like, how old were you? How long ago was that?
Yeah, so I started doing magic when I was 12. That's kind of when I first like discovered it with the attention span of actually like sticking to it. Because I broke both my arms because I was riding my bike while wearing rollerblades, and my doctor recommended I learn magic to get
Right.
my dexterity back. So that's when I was 12. And then I started taking magic classes with a buddy like downtown St. Louis. And by the time I was 13, I discovered like Harry Anderson was my childhood hero and one of my current idols. Harry
Okay.
Anderson of Night Court fame,
Oh,
fantastic
okay. I was gonna say I
sitcom,
don't know
one of
that
my
magician,
favorite
but yes,
shows.
I do know Night Court.
He's so he kind of is known as a comedic actor to many, but he was a fantastic comedy magician. And I kind of like did a deep dive into like his style of magic, which is very comedy heavy, but still like really just good, awesome tricks, well thought out. I remember he did a trick where he would stick a needle through his arm, and just talk about like the nature of like, is it real? Is it fake? Does it matter? Like geek tricks. And I remember doing that in like in an my eighth grade homeroom class, like sticking a needle in my arm and just seeing how people were like
Oh, I
just
bet.
losing it. And I was like, it's more than just like little tricks. It's like magic makes people like, it can make them uncomfortable in a good way because kind of people like to get out of their
Yeah.
normal, rhythm. And I think that's when I was like, I really think there's more to this, because
Uh-huh.
at that point I think it was just, oh, rabbit from a hat, card tricks, handkerchiefs, but like delving into that style of magic and realizing that it can do so much more was really, really cool.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Um, it's funny
And
when you
for
were talking.
Christmas, by the way, the best gift I've ever gotten, maybe my wife will grab it. She got me the entire cast of Night Court
Oh, really?
framed, signed.
Oh.
It's the weirdest gift. I don't know how she found this on eBay. She'll grab it. But
Oh, that's amazing. I loved that
yeah,
show.
Night
That was
Court.
so
Good
good.
show. It was a good
Yeah.
show. However, we did watch an episode from like the late 80s the other night, and doesn't really hold up. I don't know. But there it is. It's the cast of Night Court,
Oh, wow.
signed by everybody.
That's so cool.
Thank you, Internet.
Of course, whenever people start to visit you at your home again, they're going to be like, now, what's your relationship with
Yeah, what's your
Night
relationship with
Court?
Night? And I'll just be like, hell, Harry Anderson, he's my dad. Like, oh, cool. Good.
That's hilarious. It's funny hearing you talk about needle. All I can think about is that one episode you guys had where you had those people come in and they had like the fake hand, and then you stuck the needle in the hand and they actually felt pain because they thought it was their real hand. That was amazing.
That was weird and twisted. I actually just the other day had somebody email me and they were like, hey, so I'm trying to recreate your rubber arm thing. I can't get past the feather test because they keep feeling the needle. And I was like, stop, don't do this. It's a magic trick. They're like, is there more involved? And I was like, yeah, it's a magic trick,
Yeah.
you idiot. And then they were like, oh, okay. So I should return the rubber arm. I was like, yes, you should return the
Oh
rubber
my
arm.
gosh. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad that is kind of like what I was talking about with the Harry Anderson, where it's something that is within the realm of possibility. Like it's not, it's like he could do this. Is he crazy enough to do this? What's going on? It's kind of
Yeah.
fun to make people uncomfortable, happy uncomfortable.
No, I think that's right. I mean, I've seen a lot of magicians. I haven't seen like as many magicians as I'm sure you have, but I feel like there's a whole spectrum of magicians. There's like corny magicians, and then there's kind of like really scary, freaky magicians, and then there's like the delightful. This is really intriguing and uncomfortable, but it's still really, really fun. And that's the category that I would put you in, which I hope
Okay, I
you.
like that. Good.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Just like
The
amazing.
delightful.
I could
Yeah.
watch. No, you are delightful. I could watch your show all day. It's wonderful. Really, really
Um,
entertaining.
I think, like I think anyone who's starting as a magician, probably everything, music, comedy, where you kind of go through these phases of imitating, your heroes of various styles until you find yourself. So like for a while, I was kind of, I was obsessed with Lance Burton, so he would, magician, tuxedo, making doves appear, doing this act to music, and it was great. But I realized like, no, I should be talking. Like, it's still taking myself too seriously. So delightful it is. I'll take it.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you could be a lot of things, but I thought I would just put one audience question. S. Garrity asks, where was your first magic show?
Well, if this is the Ask Garrity, I think it is.
Let me see
that
that.
I know what they're going for. So my first magic show was let me think. First for the Juvenile Diabetes Association of St. Louis Halloween party, and I was 14, and I went along with my mentor, Dr. Magic, who was also like a Santa Claus in the December. Anyway, and I kind of opened for him. That was my first show. But my first show when I moved to Boston, where I went to college, was at the Everett Armory. And I believe that's S. Garrity's teeing me up for, which was when I moved to Boston, I kind of changed. I had a stage name where I would do kid shows, and I would perform as Just Incredible.
Yes, I saw that. I think that's very clever.
Yeah, that was Just Incredible's first Boston gig at the Everett Armory.
The Everett Armory.
Mm-hmm.
Has a nice ring to it.
It does.
Okay, one other question for you before we move into the wine tasting, which you might also call the wine drinking portion. Who, you mentioned at least one of your people that you look up to in magic, but who are your other sort of mentors or heroes that are also magicians?
Man, so many. Well, growing up, Johnny Carson was a hero, and I would watch the Tonight Show religiously
so funny.
every night, and I loved the fact that he started as a magician.
Oh,
Steve Martin was the hero. Yeah, Steve Martin also started as a magician. I think early I found a lot of inspiration in these people who I already loved, realizing that magic was kind of a part of their path. So it was kind of like a good confidence boost that you're on the right course. Penn and Teller, big inspirations. Mac King, brilliant comedy magician, who I loved watching when I was growing up. And then now, like Darren Brown is a fantastic British mentalist, psychological illusionist, who kind of is kind of the inspiration behind maybe the delightful version of things like sticking the needle through the hand and these kind of, messing with people's heads kind of stuff. But I'll show you a trick that it actually wasn't a trick. This was a thing that my parents used to do when I was a kid, because I loved M&Ms when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and my son loves M&Ms. Like these will get him to do anything. Like if I need him to sit in a box for 5 minutes for a magic trick, I just give him 6 M&Ms. Okay.
Right.
But when I was a kid, my parents used to challenge me to guess how many M&Ms were in a jar. So the kind of basically the magic version of this, as opposed to me doing like a magic trick and like telling you how many M&Ms are in your jar, I'd love to see if you can tell me how many M&Ms are in my jar. So take a sip of your stargazing.
Okay, I'll take a sip of my stargazing.
And I'll take a sip of mine. So we're both drinking the same wine.
Okay.
There's got to be something there, some sort of a connection. Two people drinking the same wine, although they're not in the same place. How many M&Ms would you say are in the jar?
Oh, that's so hard. I'm really bad, as my husband would say, with spatial awareness, but...
Give me a specific number.
153, maybe?
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly right.
That's exactly
right.
How
did you know that? I'm not kidding. That is exactly right. I mean, I don't know how much time we have, okay? But I will count them. You said 153, so that's one. Right here, I'll count them into the lid. 1, 2, 3. Is that a boring live stream?
Oh my gosh.
I wrote the answer in the lid. I wouldn't make it wait all that time. 153.
Wait, no, you didn't. Are you being
153.
Serious right now?
I can't tell if it's mirroring it on the Instagram, but yeah.
How did you do that?
How did you? You did it. We're drinking the same wine.
That's amazing.
You're amazing. How did you do that? That's amazing. So that's fun.
That's
when you drink the same wine and you're in the same time zone. I think that's the loophole. Like we're both in Pacific time zone, so it's 4:14. Let's try it. Here, hold on. It's 4:14 p.m. Is it mirroring? Can you see it the right way on your end?
Yeah.
It's not reversed. Okay. I'm seeing everything backwards. Here, I'm gonna pop the stem. Jennifer, just twist. Tell me when to stop.
Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. All right, now.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, take a sip of the wine.
Okay. All right. I like the magic of the stargazing. This is good.
Okay. The magic of stargazing. Give me a number from 1 to 12.
Okay, 8.
8. Give me a number from 1 to 59.
36.
Okay. So if you combine those two to create a number, 836. 8
Yeah.
and 36 would be 836. Look at exactly what time you stopped me.
That's amazing. I
836.
mean, I knew you were
It's the
amazing.
stargazing. It's the stargazing wine. I'm
It's
telling
the
you.
stargazing wine that's doing it. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Okay.
really amazing. Delightful, I would say.
Delightful.
Delightful.
Not scary, not creepy.
Not scary, not creepy.
Delightful.
Delightful. I don't
That
know if
should
that's
be the stargazing wine motto. Not scary or creepy. It's delightful.
It's delightful.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you like that slogan that I've created for you.
I do. I like it a lot.
Okay,
I like
good.
it a lot.
Okay, so I'll say something about this wine, then the wine. You asked what a wine tasting is. So
Yeah.
there's basically 4 parts of a wine tasting, right? You look at it, you swirl it, you smell it, and you sip it. So let's do those 4 steps together.
Okay.
Okay. So first we're gonna look at it. And so you wanna think about what color it is that you see. And here's a pro tip. Most white wine looks like, most people would call it straw. So a straw color. So you have to sort of think about whether you think it's a light straw color, medium straw color, or a deep straw color. What would you say?
I'd say that's a medium light straw.
I completely agree with that.
Okay.
Well done.
Okay.
Okay, you are amazing at wine tasting and
Thank you.
so that makes sense. Okay, so now we're gonna swirl it, and swirling is important because it releases the aromas into the glass. Otherwise, you wouldn't actually be able to smell it.
Okay.
Okay, so now you're gonna stick your nose in the glass, and you're really gonna smell it. And think about sort of, does it remind you of anything, whether it's fruit or flowers or anything like that? So if you want, I'll start, and then you can fill in if you smell anything. For me, I get pear on this wine.
Yes.
Do you get
Okay.
pear?
I get pear.
Okay. And then I also get a little bit of dried flowers. So maybe like a tea, like a chamomile tea or something like that.
Wow.
Now I do realize that I do this for a living, so my smells are maybe a little bit more in tune than other people. So
I mean, after the first smell, I think every smell after the first one, it's almost like your nose is filled with. I need to like, maybe if I sniff the M&M jar, it'll kind of like clear.
Well, actually, here's what I do as like a little break. Sometimes I'll sniff my hand, but M&Ms work too as like a little neutral surface to smell and then get back to it.
Mmm. Wheatgrass.
I can see that, kind of like a straw wheatgrass thing. Totally. Okay, and then the most fun part is the part that you asked me about earlier, the difference between wine drinking, wine tasting. This is the important part with the wine drinking part.
Okay.
So you want to put it on your mouth and kind of swish it around. And the reason for that is you've got 4 taste buds, right? And so you want to just interact the wine with different parts of your tongue and see what flavors you get, see if they're different than what you smelled, and then also see what you think about the way it feels, the texture. Is it light? Is it heavy? Is it sweet? Is it dry? All those kinds of things. And then most importantly, whether you like it. That's the most important part about wine tasting. I
like it.
Good.
It's light and dry.
Yes. Yes. Okay, one thing about this wine that's unusual. This is actually 2 French varietals that are not so common. They're called Roussanne Marsanne grapes. And something that's a little unusual is it's got a little bit of an oily texture to it, which might sound bad, but it's actually something that we're going for.
Okay.
And it just coats your tongue a little bit more than a typical wine does. So it's got like almost like a waxy, oily texture to it that's a little bit different than like a Chardonnay that you might be used to drinking. Do you get that?
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten these things if you hadn't said it right before, but I get it.
Okay, good.
So it can, just like someone can learn magic, someone can train their palate, you're saying.
Exactly. 100%. Yeah.
I like that. Good.
Well, good.
I feel like I should teach you a trick.
Oh, I would love to.
Well, here's one that you can do. Actually, this is perfect pandemic times trick. If you happen to have a mask lying around.
Oh,
Okay.
I do have a mask.
Yeah.
Let me see if
Now
I
this,
can find
you know,
it.
maybe you'll learn the ropes of this and you can try it, and maybe on the
Okay.
next G Live, see if it works. But
Yeah.
when you're home and you don't have to wear it anymore, you can rub it on your head to build up some static.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then you pop it into an empty water jug if you've got one. Okay. You do.
Okay.
You pop it in
I
there.
forgot my empty water jug, unfortunately.
Okay. I should have told you. And you can kind of just let it marinate. You can kind of, you know, just like you swirl a glass of wine, you can kind of
Yeah.
swirl. Anyway, what it does is it lets the static that's in there kind of centralize. Let me
Okay.
make sure you can see this. And
I
if you
see
just
it.
kind of wait a moment and I just kind of back up, it will, the mask will kind of start to dance, which is what's fun. And it's
Really?
not, yeah, yeah. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, there it
Yeah.
went.
You can see it. Now, it's not magic. This is science. Kind of just starts to dance. If you cut off the air supply, cork it up or whatever, you know, it
Uh-huh.
actually, as opposed to toning it down, it kind of really gets it going.
Oh, wow.
So that's fun, yeah.
Oh my
And
goodness.
it'll just dance. I mean, it'll just go until the wine runs out. Or why don't you do you have a remote control nearby?
I do have a remote control. Let's see. Here's one right here. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah, just aim it and just aim it at the mask. Hit pause.
Okay. All right. Pause.
Yeah, and then it stops dancing. It's fun.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah, I swear try it. Hit play. You can hit play.
Okay, 1, 2, play. Wow.
Weird.
How are you doing that?
It's science.
That's science?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
See, when you do magic and you try to do it in a delightful way, people sometimes they don't care if you're lying. There's a lot of lies involved.
Yeah.
But sometimes people don't care because it's fun and delightful.
Oh my
Hold on,
goodness.
this is gonna bug me. Hit pause again because it's just gonna keep going.
Okay, all right. I'll pause it for you. Don't worry. There you
Yeah,
go.
thank you. Good. Okay.
That was so cool, Justin.
So where were we? Again, science.
Oh my
Science.
gosh.
And
Oh
I'm
my
sure
gosh.
there's a lot of science in the tasting of wine, the training of one's palate. What else do I have? Can I teach you?
Well, actually, yeah. I feel like,
Yeah.
you know, we always say in winemaking that it's sort of the confluence of science and also art together. And that's really what you do too. It seems like, you know,
Well,
there's
yeah.
making
And I think it
artful.
sounds like life experience, like being able to pull something out of your memory, your palate, your taste memory, and compare it. So if I were to, let me think. I have notes of donuts.
Donuts? Oh, yeah. Very good.
So there's like notes of donuts in there.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's gross. That's a trick I can't do in public anymore. No one wants to see me cough up a donut.
That is amazing. I don't know how
Yeah.
you do that. And you're not even wearing long sleeves, by the way.
Oh, the cards, that's fun. Yeah, no sleeves.
Wow.
No sleeves, no shoes. Not that that matters.
No service.
Well, clearly there's service here.
Clearly there's service.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I know we don't have that much time left, but I did have one question for you about the show. So one thing that I really love about your show is just how thoughtful it is. I think I've heard you say before that you like to reveal aspects of being human, you know, exploring aspects of our humanity like power and things like that. And I was just curious how long it takes you to put an episode together, both from like the writing, the concept, to the filming, all of that.
Yeah, it is hard, and it takes a little village. Like I'm very lucky that I've kind of amassed this little, like a squad of like a magic brain trust. Many, you know, of the the men and women who I've known for like some of them 20 years, you know, who we kind of get one another, and you know, you throw any trick at them, any idea, and you know, together we can jam and come up with how to do it. But the heart, like, what I wanted to do with the show is never do magic just for magic's sake. Like, you know, it's fun to cough up a donut or cough up cards or whatever. Like, magic can stand on its own. It's fun. But I feel like magic is a powerful thing to have people, to attach to an idea, to leave people, you know, if they're thinking about the trick later, then they're also thinking about the story you told or the point you made. So I feel like it's kind of like it's like empty calories if you're just doing a magic trick because it looks cool. So I wanted to, you know, use the magic to tell a story or peel the onion back. So we, you know, I kind of put together a writer's room of kind of non-magicians, comedy writer, really
Mm-hmm.
funny, smart people, and we kind of come up with the arc of a season and the themes we want to explore, and then also just what the random ideas are, goat yoga or the marshmallow test.
Mm-hmm.
Let's recreate that, just like a la carte ideas and also
Mm-hmm.
big picture stuff. And it takes about a year to shoot, write, edit, shoot a season of the show.
Oh, wow.
But my favorite parts are, like the message is kind of message, like the final wrap up kind of doesn't come together till the end, till basically I know the journey that we've gone on, like I know
Yeah.
what we've just shown you. And it's really rewarding because it's not the kind of show where I'm like this smart person who knows everything and is telling you, there's other shows with brilliant people. This show is really like, I am just like you. I am frustrated or confused or curious
Mm-hmm.
about this aspect of life. And I think it makes it productive for me to actually kind of try to figure those things out. But I think it makes it easy for a viewer to vicariously through my
Totally.
journey figure it out for themselves too.
Yeah, and I think what you do that's so smart is that you're not just doing sort of topical, or rather unimportant tricks, as you say. Like they're actually meaningful things that also hit your heart too. And I think that's really wonderful about your show, that it's
Thank you.
multidimensional.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. This was so fun. I still don't know
This was
how
great.
you
Thank you
have
for the stargazing.
Thank you. Thanks for tasting it with me. Just for people that, I think everyone here knows who you are, knows your show, but just in case, are there any current projects that you want to mention to people that are watching?
Yeah. So, hi everybody watching. I do a show. I do a show on Zoom. It's called Magic for Humans at Home. So it's basically the interactive live Zoom version of the Netflix show. And I've got a bunch of dates coming up. You can go to magicforzoom.com to get tickets for that. If you want to learn tricks for a good cause, I made a magic kit. It's called the Social Distancing Magician Starter Kit. I'll send you one. You should drink a lot of wine and try to learn magic. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I would
Jennifer,
love that. Thank you.
all proceeds go to COVID relief. These are on my
That's
website, justinwillman.com. But it's been fun to see all these kids and parents kind of become magicians over the pandemic, and I get to see the videos they post, which is a blast. And yeah, so check those things out.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much.
Can I try one last thing? Because the
Oh,
mouth,
yeah.
we were talking about the mouth feel, which
Yeah.
is interesting. And listen, I've been trying to learn how to solve a Rubik's Cube in quarantine, and I don't know if you can solve one, but typically you use your hands, and you kind of get in here and you twist. It's hard. People
Yeah.
think because I'm a magician, I must be really good at solving a Rubik's Cube because of sleight of hand. So can I just try a little sleight of Mo?
Oh, with a little bit of our wine. Okay, I like that. Whoa.
Yeah, that's good. Nice legs. Wow. Look at that. That is kind of disgusting. It's kind of gross.
Well,
It's
only
disgusting and delightful.
the only time you could do that is over Zoom right now, but that's amazing. That was delightful. Oh my gosh.
I'll leave that there. Thank you so much. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you. Cheers to you. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too.
This was
Thanks for
really
the
fun.
vino.
You're welcome.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, thanks to Justin. That was hilarious. I have never seen a more talented magician or interacted with one. That was such a highlight for me. If you guys haven't checked out his show, Magic for Humans, or his live Zoom tour, you definitely should. And then also check out more of our videos that will be coming out for you soon. Thanks so much and enjoy the rest of your day.